Welcome to the Fireside Tribe podcast by AAA. We are a community that sits together and deliberate over Cameroonian culture, and recently we've been doing it mostly through the lens of Cameroonian music. Our goal is just to introduce you to new art and culture and music coming up from Cameroon, and we really aim that at the end of this episode, you learn something new about Cameroonian culture. With me today are our usual host. We have ATM, Eunice, and myself, Anyang.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome. Hello, people.
So how are you guys doing today?
Thunderstorming over here in Arizona. So we're dealing with that.
I cannot believe it's like rain, like thunderstorm, rain.
You can hear everything.
Wind
move.
and everything. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Which one is it this time? Yeah, what is the name this time? Was it Gloria or something?
No. This is not. That's the Miami people that experienced the hurricane ladies. The Gloria and everything. No, it's not.
They're the ones that give names to this thing, yeah. Okay.
They have the one that comes from the ocean.
Yo, man.
Yeah, everybody gives a name.
Mm-hmm.
They'll give this when there's a hurricane. They always give a name.
What was those female names too?
One.
I don't understand why it's always female names. Like say the name Fear Woman.
See, the fear woman.
Because you go fear woman very, very widely. Exactly. Go with woman, it will just sweep all things.
I guess
they can go.
I guess the point they're trying to make is that women are very powerful, so they carry the names. The storms just carry their names to prove that. So yeah, man. On the menu today, we have a bunch of interesting stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of music that I've not discovered for a minute. These guys have been buzzing the whole place with some new Cameroonian artists. I am curious myself. I just want to get straight into it.
There's two things that we have to talk about today, right? In terms of new music in my world, I've been consuming only two things. MAMISO finally dropped an EP, so the collection of those songs are out. The EP is called Business Class. It's out. I've been consuming it now for the whole weekend. And it's an amazing piece of work. And then the next thing, and I think we can all agree, Eunice and I will agree because ATM, you haven't discovered this yet. I think Babal is might be the most talked about artist in Cameroon in the month of July, where we are in. And I'm gonna even stretch to say in Cameroon and in Africa. So
yes, so those are the two things we'll talk about.
Let's dive in and discover some new music.
Okay.
ATM, who do you want to discuss first? Because now it seems like we're introducing you. You're the one that hasn't consumed either of these projects. I know Eunice hasn't consumed MAMISO's EP yet. And you haven't consumed
she doesn't have anything on YouTube yet on that EP, yeah?
No, it's there. Business Class, MAMISO. And the song that you might want to start with, if you want to discover that, is the one with Jovi and it's Rond-Point. Do MAMISO Rond-Point. If you want to start with MAMISO and then we get into Babal. If you want to start with Babal, I think he has a lot of options. MAMISO doesn't have videos on this EP. The videos, we've already watched them. They've come out. But MAMISO Rond-Point.
The Babal has videos.
Babal does have videos.
Okay. Rond-Point. Is it Rond-Point BMRC?
It's all the wrong points in Cameroon.
Exactly. The Rond-Point BMRC. That's your old hood.
Yeah, let's go.
I see the hate, I don't need that. She won't fight, I don't fight back. Ferragamo, I like that. Fly to Monaco, I like that. Money, yeah, I like that. I do me, that's a fat fact. Pretty face, make it clap back.
Out of my mind, out of my brain. Baby says she don't know what I'm saying, but I know that she feeling my pain. She gon' do anything for the rain. Elle comprend rien de ce que je dis, mais ma douleur est bien ressentie. Toutes ces années, j'ai payé le prix. Peux jamais faner toujours ici.
Je veux le cœur, je veux la beuh de Cali. Très tard le soir, tu me vois dans la ville. Tu payes pas là-bas, tu vas payer ici. Y'a pas plus forte que moi dans ce pays. Yeah, tout ce que je touche ça brille. Aucun effort, je fais ce que j'ai envie. Pas de coco pour être fou comme Ice-T. Danse des Indiens, je fais tomber la pluie.
Je chope tout de beat, moi j'ai l'appétit. Dans mon couloir, je colle l'appétit. Harvest anytime I plant my seed. Banga moga me, I know the sleep. Na Johnny Walker, I the sleep. Walk today like jackass, tomorrow go big. Pass you the flash, I the pass you speed. You can't tell me the so the beep.
I see the hate, I don't need that. She won't fight, I don't fight back. Ferragamo, I like that. Fly to Monaco, I like that. Money, yeah, I like that.
Okay.
So this song has 4 artists. He has MAMISO for sure. He has Jovi. He has another kid called Mbokumana. That first verse that you heard was Mbokumana.
Okay. Because it didn't sound like Jovi to me. I was like, that's not Jovi, so something is off. Yeah.
To finish it, he has Minet. And Minet sounds like something else on this track. So on the whole EP, that's the song that I've listened to on repeat. That's my favorite song on that whole EP. She has other songs like Onedis or Dis, and the other ones that we've heard already before. But this EP for me is really a work of art.
That's some homework for me. I'm gonna take some time and go through it though.
Me too, but I wasn't for some reason I wasn't too crazy about this one. Like it's not bad, but I feel like if I listen to it more than once, then I will love it. But you know, some of those songs that really don't catch your attention per se. Yes. Yeah, so I wasn't too crazy about it, but it was nice. I like some parts of it, like especially like she had that, is it me that she was
Mommy,
doing? I like
mommy
or whatever. I like that part. But from what Anyang said, he's probably the hottest thing out there in Cameroon or Africa. And the reason for that, like to me, the reason for that is because he has a completely different sound from the normal Cameroonian rap, right? And then he is mysterious in the sense that he has that mask on. You don't know what his face is like. So that gives an air of mystery and curiosity and, you know, innovation. So let's check him out.
Let's go.
C'est moi. On vient d'en bas, plus profond que les carnivores. Fuck ma part du gâteau, moi je suis un carnivore. Vite ta vie, prends plein de photos. Demain il y aura que ça et tes souvenirs. Beaucoup d'efforts pour une vie dont on connaît déjà la fin.
C'est quoi la fin?
Très peu d'efforts pour un avenir incertain. J'ai l'impression de ne pas être lucide. Oh mon Dieu qui écrit mes textes.
Qui?
Babal et qui est?
See, ATM has stuck to the end and he never does that.
ATM, what do you think? Tell us.
There's a couple of things going on. Again, I mean, there's just so many things going on in my mind when I listen to it. And I'm starting to say, all the songs sound the same, by the way. So...
La montagne allait. J'allume le terre et le néon. Quête comment Willy va t'aimer. Quête comment Willy va t'aimer. Le sourire il est faux depuis longtemps. Sauf que quand je suis sur l'avenue Montaigne, elle sait qu'avec moi c'est du bon temps. Elle aimerait que moi.
Some things are coming out.
J'ai arrêté de compter les couteaux que j'ai pris dans le dos. J'ai la CB qui dit oui amigo, y'a quelqu'un qui me fait pas défaut. Malade, j'accumule les problèmes, ça me rend malade. Pour canaliser ma haine, j'allume ma salade. J'accumule les problèmes, ça me rend malade. Pour canaliser ma haine, j'allume ma salade. J'fume que du beurre marocain, taillé dans les requins. J'courais sur le terrain, j'avais 6 poumons.
So, right, I don't know if you guys want to listen to it to the end, but I'm seeing a couple of things here. I don't know. We're going to come back to this research. But are you guys seeing this?
And now, what do you think?
237.
Yeah, the song is 237. I don't think it's a mistake, but let's keep going. Anyways, and then what's popping up on there, you see. Yeah.
And then that interview that you just saw, it's Brute going to following him through a day in the studio, and then he shows his producers. The person that looks like might have signed him is the guy that signed Kosi. What's his name? I don't know his name really.
Is it the French guy? Is it the guy that's in France?
No, he's in Cameroon. The label is called One Dream. Big Dreams Entertainment.
Big Dreams.
The guy from Big Dreams Entertainment. He's the one that's in the studio right now, even in that interview with them. And I don't know if he signed the kid, or he's the one who discovered the kid, but he's there.
But even if, like, to me, I'm looking at it like, even if he did copy that AI, right? To me, this is the way to do it, where somebody will say, okay, it reminds me of something else, but it's not like, oh, it sounds exactly like this. But it might have been just a coincidence that they use the same, because that's how music is, that's how life is. Sometimes there's coincidences like that. But even if he did copy it, or he's trying to, like, mimic that, he's doing it in his own way, where it's not like...
That's one thing. And another thing that I also like about it is the fact that, and I think that's where we're already starting to get with AI, is like, we just need people. A lot of people are trying to use the AI the wrong way, right? Like, you cannot give full responsibility of a product or something that you create to AI. You cannot just make it and just make it and it's completely, it's AI that does and owns the whole stuff. And what he's doing here is that, of course, he's using a lot of AI in the background into doing what he's doing. I don't really need to even see it to know, but he has his face at the end of the product, right? He's responsible for what comes out, which means that if the thing comes out and it flops, he's the face in front of it. If it comes out and it works, he's the face in front of it. He's representing whatever he puts out there, so he can defend it. And I think that's something that we really need, and that we're going to have to be seeing quite a lot with this whole era of AI. Like, people have to be able to own up for what they're doing and stand in front of it, and you cannot just send the AI to go and do everything for you and then just put it out there and say, all right, you've done something,
That's
or you make it completely anonymous, because, like the Willy Lancien.
Yeah, because there's even the one with Tyke, the one that came out with Tyke, that it looked like Tyke and everything. They even put his picture there and it sounded close to him. You guys said it wasn't, it didn't sound like him.
That one
didn't sound like him.
YouTube madness.
But I liked it, but for me, what I say is, sometimes not everybody is going to have the same results, the same goal with AI, because everything depends on your prompts. If I put certain prompts there, it will give me something else, and somebody that has similar intention like me puts their prompts there, it will give them something completely different. So I think that the prompts, like, it still takes work, like how you were saying, responsibility and all of that. It still takes work for you to put things in AI and give them specific prompts of what your idea is. If you don't have the money, this is my idea, and you're able to be specific to the T, where it gives you exactly what you can stand by. And you will not say that, oh, it's AI that created it. If they came out and said, oh, it's AI, you can give your prompts and say, okay, yes, I use AI, but these are my prompts. This is everything that I wanted inside that video.
Interestingly, for Babal, it looks like he's in Cameroon. Is it so?
100%. He's in Cameroon.
Yeah, but his accent is really, really clean.
Very clean.
So,
and this is not his first project.
I'm thinking that it's been staged. I'm thinking he's coming from France to relocate in Cameroon to do just like MAMISO. that's what I'm thinking from what I heard, because there is no way you can develop that accent entirely from Cameroon.
How do British actors sound like American to the point where they're winning?
I don't know, man. Nigerian kids also
Golden
do
Globes.
it, but
Nigerian kids do it too,
Nigerian
right?
kids do it. I've been waiting for it for Cameroon for like forever, and I've just felt like maybe there's too many languages in Cameroon and too much distraction in Cameroon. It's just hard to have a kid in Cameroon that comes out with clean accent.
No, this is not the first time that I've seen it too. There's this kid on TikTok. He's in the West. He has this perfect French accent, and he would do this perfect accent, and he's talking about the most Cameroonian things. He's talking about Cree, and he would be talking about like eating Cree, or like or some mommy should give him some food somewhere, and it's just the most refined, the most practiced French accent. So I think this kid is in Cameroon, and if it was staged, right, if it was staged, you would have seen more resources in his work. Look at his clothing, his videos, and everything. He figured one thing out. I honestly at this point don't care if he uses AI or whatever. He figured one thing out, and then they didn't wait for anything else to come along. They just took it where it was. That is, they were like, you know what, on va faire des vidéos. They did videos where they were. They didn't try to. His singlet, I know that singlet that he's wearing, ATM. That singlet, I know that singlet. Why? Because I've worn that when I was in Cameroon. That's that 500 franc singlet. I know it.
That
so it was relocating. Yeah, if it was relocating, I recognize a singlet.
Yeah,
that 1,000.
But
if it was relocating, you would have seen some clues apart from just the accent.
So there are some guys that once those guys cover this thing, then I know that it's a whole different level. So this guy has covered Babal, and then now I can confirm that that's some crazy shit. Yeah.
No, because like the thing that also captivates me about his video, right?
Yeah, sorry, I'm here.
The thing that captivates me
I knew
about
that he was big. I knew it was Obeleke. I knew you were gonna bring him up. He's not Cameroonian, you know that, right?
I know he's Ivorian, right? I mean,
no, he's not even Ivorian. Is he Ivorian? He's Beninois or something like that.
Oh wow, okay. It sounded okay. He just appeared Ivorian to me.
I thought it was Ivorian too.
Look how clean, man. And this guy is not in France, in Norway. He's in Africa. Look how clean his.
But the one thing that I wanted to say that this guy has figured out, like, is that you don't even have to spend money to have a good video that attracts people, because you are watching the video. He's holding a baby and then he's down. That's it. Period. Simple concept. It's not complicated. He's not wearing a what was that guy's outfit? Black Bailey's husband's outfit where he went and did whatever. It's not that.
That's why
it's not any of that. Like, it's not complicated. It's just simple, clean. You hear the song more, just like how you were saying that sometimes if you want to know a good song, listen to it without volume, or listen to it without the video, something like that. Watch it without the volume and listen to it, without the video. And to me, I feel like either way I can watch it.
Because that's what I'm saying that now. ATM or plus ATM. That's what I'm saying that now. He cannot have relocated from abroad because he would have had more resources. You can see that the video is very crude. Even Dr. Ken Stevens was posted. I don't know. I saw a post of Dr. Ken Stevens on Facebook saying that the sound they give may come for consultation. Man, write it on video because it's so the video is terrible for me. It's terrible, but I get it. I get the appeal. It's not beautiful. Because it's very uncreative, but it's very necessary at the stage where it was. It's just like you have to just do it and do it and do it and do it and do it. He's the most viewed video in Cameroon. He already has 700,000 views in 2 weeks. How?
But look at Stromae, right? Stromae does the same exact thing, and that's what I admire about like French artists. Even though he sometimes has like a whole production of people, this and all of that, but he has that song that he he just sang in the streets of people passing. Sometimes that is necessary. It does not have to be overly produced. It does not have to be overly doctored. It does not have to be some story behind it. Because if it was a story, I think that it would have lost its the sound. Like you hearing that sound, it would have lost it.
Sorry, I beg. That storytelling thing is a Cameroonian thing. It's some Cameroonians that they don't have ideas.
And his videos don't necessarily have to be a story, right? When I see his videos right now, he gives me. There is this kid that died. You guys at ATM, I don't know if you ever heard of XXXTentacion.
Extension, yes.
Bro, that guy, I lost him like crazy, man.
Right.
He was just too excessive, yeah.
He also gives me early in the day Tyler the Creator. Right? All this emo kid. Early in the day, Tyler the Creator that went to what he would do was just some extreme dark stuff. He would go to an abandoned building and would be playing with cockroaches, and then you see a video of him putting a cockroach in his mouth. Very simple. Him and his friends shot that video, but the music was so unique at that time that you were captivated not only by the sound, but by the strangeness of the video. This kid shot like he shot in a house in Atomiki. Atem, you remember Atomic apartments? Those
buildings,
carambot. Yeah. It was those one plank
improvised.
Walls. Yes,
very improvised.
And to me, I feel like that's the beauty of that particular video, because he didn't do too much. But to me, it's still captivating to me. I would never say that the video is trash. And you guys know, if the video is trash, I would say it's complete trash. Just like how Awu sang that his finish 'em song like that with the umbrella and everything in front of a house with like so many colors and everything. He just sat down and sang that song. To me, that was great. You don't have to overproduce sometimes. Sometimes simple is good.
I'm going to come back to that song from Awu because I discovered it last week and I loved it.
Yes, please put it up.
Put it up, yes.
I will sing song.
but and I think it's a good one that brings us to the category of what we are discussing today, right? Is this whole I like the way you put it, that you don't have to, you don't always have to over sweat it if you want to create, if you want to create an amazing product or a viral song or something like that. People always feel like, why you have to create a viral song, you have to spend that amount of money. I also strongly believe there's not amount. It's not about how much we spend that we're going to get the value. But unfortunately, we start to realize that it's just it's a balance thing, right? I just believe that if you want to be able to catch attention, you have to have one thing. And there's also one thing about humans is that we relate to what we are watching, right? We just know how to know what is real and what is not real. You watch that kid's content, you watch Babal, you just know that, well, there's just something real about it. He doesn't need to fake anything to make me to catch to and he knows also very well that I have something authentic that I'm putting through. I don't need 10,000 lenses and filters, right, to pass my message through. I know it's authentic. But also the other moment when people are doing something that they are 100% sure that it's not authentic, they need all these colors and everything and all the bells and whistles to make it also come across. They need to make it flashy. So that these two, I feel like that these two things that come together. If the content, if the music itself is not so amazing, people want to put a beautiful and perfect picture around it. At least that will help to sell the music a long way. We have seen it already. We don't need to say names right here. But the people that have used that strategy and it has worked. And then the other strategy is that is either you have that budget and you can, well, it doesn't need to be budget. You have to that creativity besides the music and you can use it to make the music to come forward, or you have the talent and you have the connection and you can really pass it through and people can see through the lens of the video that, man, this guy really has something to share, and then they can connect with you.
So guys,
I feel like that those two perspectives.
Let's look at this video. But while we're looking at this video, let's think about what can be next for Babal. I want to watch this video too.
All right, let's take that little break and come back to what's next.
Stylish, cool, A-list.
I can smile, but I'm feeling upset. Lot of crimes, but I'm still innocent. Money in my pocket like I'm selling sunset. Bamileke in my kitchen cooking country. Butterflies in my duvet all night. Sucking all they want, my nectar is on check. Take it easy if you're getting jealous. You jealous me, I jealous you. Balance, move me there. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na na na. Finish am, regular. No pickanta fitting at the finish am, regular. Ningisam, regular. Master for the city at the ningisam, regular. Amen, then lingui bob then do. Amen, then lingui bob then.
This is not the version I was talking about.
Then alatangwa mingui boko. Alagobo then alatangwa mingui boko. If I know be out, why don't you dare? You're not in the mood. Who sent you there? Oh chapa, wawa. Oh shit for bed, wawa. Oh kata jango, wawa. My confidence, wawa. Na 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 na. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na.
Who makes such wholesome music, man?
Atem is not wanting to cut songs this today.
Sorry, I wanted to catch the Bangla part first. Okay, let's come back.
This is not the version I was talking about. The version, he has two versions, right?
Of this same song.
There's an acoustic one.
Of this same song. No, it's still the same sound, but he just has an umbrella and that's it.
Yes, and I think that one is also acoustic, but I didn't find it. I didn't find that one when I was looking for it. If you look for it,
point
of view, this one. It's this one.
Yes, this one. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same sound.
Money in my pocket like I'm selling sunset. Bamileke in my kitchen cooking country. Butterflies in my duvet all night. Sucking all they want, my nectar is on check. Take it easy if you're getting jealous. You jealous me, I jealous you. Balance.
Balance.
Yeah, man, but I don't know about you guys. I think this is an amazing song. I was surprised to see that this thing is like 2 years ago. Yeah, so long time that I did it and it passed under the radar. But yeah, good. It's not a song to be playing the cops. It's something to listen to. You have to pay attention to. You have to get a message. You have to try to get to what he's saying. And yeah, the video, you're right. Just it doesn't have to be the most dramatically described thing. I mean, I don't even know how you want to act this story, right? This is like philosophy and life concept type thing, So I'm happy that they not try to act it.
And the fact that the video is going on like this, right? Like he's holding that umbrella, and then the opening this and is like, I can smile, but I'm feeling upset. You get it. You will be like, really? Did he just say that? But then you want to pay attention more to it. So sometimes you just have to have the talent to pull this off, like you said.
So guys, what do you guys think? What's coming next? What's coming next for guys like Babal? I'm pretty interested. Right now I have to go and listen to the entire album.
Eunice, what do you want to see next from Babal?
I haven't really thought about Babal, like what I want to see next. I just know that I like his sound, but I feel like he needs a more evolved sound. like he needs it to be more evolved and refined. Let's not hear the same thing, because I was thinking that when I was hearing his other video, it almost sounded like the same thing that I've heard, maybe because of his voice, maybe because of that, I don't know. But I feel like he needs something a little bit more, I don't know, different, something a little bit more different. Same type of genre, but something different.
I was having a conversation, and this was not in regards to Babal, and I was having a conversation with Jovi, and he made me really understand one thing that was really pertinent and that was really important. And he said, when we notice these type of things, people tend to invest in the wrong thing. They want to invest in marketing the guy, making sure that it blows, but they fail to invest in the person, in the artist, because he's the one that's made that sound. He's the one that's created that sound. How do you invest in him so that he grows that sound, and so that now an ecosystem builds up around him? So in thinking about that, I'm thinking what I want to see is who has the guts to go and invest and bring this guy for shows. If he has 700,000 views in a couple of weeks, it means that in a month he's gonna have 1 million views. I want to see him on stage. I want to see him travel. I want to see him travel and go and really meet these people and have concerts and bring this music out before he even starts developing the next sound. Let people really consume him and this sound. So it doesn't have to be an extreme amount of money, really. It just has to be somebody that's willing to make the bets. 2 million francs can get him a show where whoever puts that 2 million francs will get all of it back. There's venues in Douala that are less than 1,000 capacity people. Berry Boys Club have used those type of venues. They have sold out those type of venues. And if Berry Boys Club could do it, this kid can do it too. He can sell out 500 to 1,000 venues, 1,000 people venues. So I want to see people with some courage to pull him out and give him some shows and get his music out there in people's hands.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a nice perspective. I think that's a nice perspective. The investment is a perspective. I am not so much worried about the money pace of thing. I think, the investment is necessary because you want to be able to just make sure that he has a runway. Right. We just want to make sure that he doesn't stop. But I still don't think that he's a finished product yet. I think that's the number one thing that we have to pay attention to. If I were to wish him something at this point, it's just that he should continue where he is for the next about 2 to 3 years, right? That should just keep going at the same energy, at the same pace in 2 to 3 years. It's hard because where we are seeing him, it's not like he started it yesterday, right? Well, we're seeing about 5 years or maybe even 7 years of work. I don't know how long he's been doing that. That's a lot of work. So to tell somebody that
he's a young kid.
2 years.
I'm 2 years. Okay.
He's a young kid. He looks like about maybe
2 years.
Early 20s.
We can actually be looking at 9 months of work.
Well, when we talk about the accent, I've listened to a couple more songs and I'll listen to more. I see that the accent is fading in a bit or it's improving. So this song, the first song that we listened to was like, is it a couple of weeks ago? Or is it a couple of months ago?
He dropped an EP about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
PNG.
So 2 weeks ago, that's really showing that as time goes on, his accent is improving, right? That's the point. So it's very possible that there's something that has taken him only the last few years to learn. Yes.
That thing that you just mentioned is one of the reasons why people think he's using AI, because his growth has been too exponential in so little of a time. So we've gone back and listened to a couple of his EPs that he has released 2 EPs this year. Let me see, is it 2 or 3 EPs this year? And when you listen to all those EPs, the growth is too fast. The growth is too fast. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's really been quick. From him coming from where he was in his first EP to where he is right now.
It's very possible.
So,
and if that is the pace, then I think that is the mode, right? If that is the pace, that's the mode, because there are very, very, very few Cameroonians or kids in Cameroon that grow at that speed. That kind of speed that I have only in Nigeria. Yeah. At that speed, we have very few kids in Cameroon. I will tell you that from my observation, we've been doing this now for a year now, and from what we have analyzed on this show and from what we have observed, the number one reason why kids don't grow that fast in Cameroon is not because they don't have the capacity and the talent. It's mostly because they're so distracted. They just don't keep the focus. Right. And it's not because they intend to be distracted and not to keep the focus. It's just that it's hard to do it. And I think the number one thing is a lot of times is they don't have the finance. They don't have the money. They don't have the resources. So if you don't have the resources to be able to sustain yourself through a long runway, well, somewhere down the line, you just give up. Right. And then you either compensate. Yeah, you either compensate your level, your standards, and you take anything that comes your way, which means that they're going to do any kind of concert. They're going to start doing bole because bole is the only thing that's in. They're going to start doing trends, right? And when you start following trends, then you are stuck in that place now where you can't grow anymore because you did one of the trending things, and then people be like, oh yeah, it's a vibe, it works, and you're able to get a little bit of money to pay your rent, and then you go, all right, I figured out how to pay my rent. So I'll continue doing this. Why should I go do that difficult thing? Why should I go through that long tunnel? Why should I go through that long journey? You know? So this is really where financing can really help. And I'm happy to hear that he's signed by a record label because that's like the best thing that can happen. And you were right. If they'll put the money in the right place, it could really work out well. Yeah.
Well, I want to think he's signed by a record label because I know the person that I saw, the guy from Big Dreams, has been behind some artists, and I don't think that he will hear that and not sign him and lock him down. But I don't know that he's signed. Honestly, I don't know that he's signed.
But I hope that they don't keep him in the back burner like how they did, you know, with how, you know, this previous artist told us that they kept him on the back burner for 2 years, because if they do that, then that's what will kill that momentum that he has.
No.
That's
I mean,
the point I'm
I
trying
don't
to
think
make.
labels. That was it. Yeah, let's not. I don't know the details.
Yeah, guys.
I mean, I remember that, but
yes, I want to come back on that a little bit. Right, this kid, I'm fine with him being on the back burner for 5 years. That's what I'm saying.
ATM, it cannot happen. We'll forget him.
And but here's how it goes. It doesn't mean that he just sits there creating content, right? But he's doing little shows where he's not doing the big things. He's not doing the big first. He's just like gaining population bit by bit, and continuing to improve in his accent, and continue to improve in his music, and continue to get better. Just to stay on the treadmill. Just enough to keep him on the treadmill, but not enough to get over his head. In my opinion, he needs that for the next about 1 to 2 years again.
People will hear you talking about this character thing.
Yeah.
He has to build a persona and all of that. I know
he has to
people
build
will hear
character,
you
he has to build personality, he has to build the resilience that he needs before he gets into the wild world. Otherwise, he might not survive it in time. Yeah. But yeah, let's go.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But I was going to say that, okay, I know that people will hear this, you know, like people that have not necessarily been following our show, they'll probably be hearing this accent thing and they'll wonder why you keep insisting on it. Like why you keep emphasizing on it, right? So can you explain in your own words why you keep emphasizing on it?
I'll explain it because we have listed a bunch of artists on this platform, but the only 3 Cameroonian artists today that are memorable are Taïk, Yame, and Lebianca. And the number one thing that these 3 people have in common is that they speak clearly. Like right now I'm speaking like you can throw my speaking in the garbage when those people sit right here and talk. They talk clean. You hear what they are saying and it goes through. And when they put that in music, it comes across perfectly. And if you go to Cameroon, there are very few artists inside of Cameroon that are doing that. Jovi, one of the reasons why we like Jovi's music until today is because when Jovi sings in his music, if he sings in English, clear. You sings in Pidgin, Zauber. He sings in German. Clean, sorry, not German. It's because I said the German word that my head got. He sings in French, clean. He sings in English, clean. He sings in Pidgin, clean. A lot of artists, either they have a speech problem or they have not really taken time to make sure that when they're singing is coming across clean. MAMISO is also one of those that you're starting to hear that in her music. When she's singing, it's clean. is coming across cleanly, you know, and it's a problem that we have with a lot of artists in Cameroon. First, we have too many languages. It dumps, it shades our accent. It makes that when we start speaking one language, any other accent fits into it. That's the number one problem that we have, which means we have a lot of work if we want to be able to sing music and come out very, very crystal clear in music. And that's why these ones that have moved out of Cameroon and focus in one environment where they can learn one language or where they can speak one language very well, they're actually succeeding a lot better. And that's why I was surprised that this kid was able to speak clean French in his music, being in Cameroon. Like it's a great job.
And,
sorry,
and
Anyang, you want
just to
say
clarify, because the reason why Eunice is asking this as well, because it can be quickly confused as an accent, as if you want them not to have a Cameroonian accent. That's not all. You want them to pick up an accent that's not Cameroonian. It's not about all of a sudden speaking like an American when you're rapping. It's not about because you're singing in French, you should sound like a Francais. No,
we know those that speak like Americans when they're rapping. We know those that speak like Americans when they're rapping, and it's even worse.
Yes,
it's even worse.
Exactly.
Yes,
it's about if you say your words, we should hear exactly the words you intended to say in the emotional range and bucket that you intended us to feel it the way you say it, and you say it clearly. If you are yelling at me,
you had in your head,
that I know I should. Yes.
What you had in your head comes out the way you had in your head, because a lot of those guys they have wonderful music in their head. What they're hearing, you're not hearing it. You're not hearing the half of it. Like what is in their head when it comes out? It's only something else that comes out. You know.
But then the one part that I was waiting for you to say is that so that it can easily cross over. If he had to cross over, it can easily cross over to different English speaking or French speaking countries, right?
Absolutely.
Where they can actually hear it. So that's why ATM has emphasized a lot on accent, and he's saying that clean accent, but it's more of enunciating and pronouncing your words really well so that everybody can hear it when you sing, because sometimes you have to hear a song and then maybe 1 year later that's when you hear another part of that song, because you cannot even hear. Yeah, 1 year later or 2 years, you say, nothing this way be talking. You don't know. And that's why when people are singing songs, they have different versions of it. They'll sing this one with this word, and then another person will sing it with something that they thought they heard. So that's what we're trying to emphasize on. Just pronounce your words better so that everybody can hear and it can translate anywhere.
And so far from Babal, I've heard one song, right? One song entirely. And I have to also say one thing that I think is very important to mention here is that the way he writes, and I'm going to listen to a lot of the album again, and we'll probably bring this up sometime later on the show, but I've already heard it and I've already just like, he's writing also way better than a lot of Cameroonians, because he's writing, even if he's writing his local story, he's writing in a way that is globally consumable. I feel like this is one of those internet kids, those kids that grow in the internet, right? They know how to tell a story in such a way that the story is not only understandable by someone that was in the same location with me. Because a lot of Cameroonian stories are like that. They're like, if you were not in the Cameroonian context, you can't understand. You can't figure out the 50% of what he's trying to say, and then you lose a lot of the value in what he's trying to say. Meanwhile, he must have been saying something very, very amazing. One, and then number two problem that a lot of Cameroonians have is that a lot of them are not poetic enough. Right? They're not poetic enough. They just
very
give very
literal.
Plain. Yeah, very literal. And this kid, he beat those two things. So I think he has taken his time to study what he's doing, to really ensure that, all right, if he's really doing the way. He's listening to a lot of international music. He's listening to a lot of how people convey message, how people tell stories. And he has really learned how to tell the story in a musical way. Right? I think that's what people like. People don't know that that's what they're liking, but that's what they like when they listen to him.
So, ATM, his latest album is called PNG. That's his EP, not an album. It's called it's named Babal. B.A.A. B. There's a full stop between all the letters, and it ends with PNG. You know the PNG .png.
Yeah, the image, yes, the image format, yeah.
Yes. Now, if you see all the tracks of his album, it's a computer denomination. It's a computer denomination.
I heard him giving 404s. Control Z is on dual.
Trouble.png. There's another track called Syndrome du Sauveur.rar. like the zip folder. And then there's Control Z, which is undo, right? That's undo. The song that we just listened to, where he says life is not Control Z, which you cannot just do something and then undo it. And that song title is Control Z.ppt, like the PowerPoint.
Oh, PowerPoint,
yeah. It's Control,
I like it.
Control plus Z.
I like the whole concept.
Control plus Z.ppt. So he's like an informatician.
So maybe that's why people are looking at those titles and they're saying no, it's definitely AI. Now AI go just computer titles and stuff.
In terms of this title, I think he once he discovered that he wanted to do a folder, he kept it within the computer.
Which is very creative. Simple, but somebody will be like, why didn't I think of that? But simple, but very creative at the same time.
Yeah, there are two ways that to see it, right? It could also be that he's trying to also tell people that he's a programmer and he's an artist. Could be another way to say it, right? It could be because he said somewhere he went and talked about 404 and right now, but also a lot of kids these days, like these kids these days, all grew with computer so integrated in their lives that things that we might find very advanced in IT or in computer world for them is sometimes very basic. Some of them, any kid, for example, kids that grow up playing games, they already coded without even knowing that they were coding, right? You need to code yourself your way into a certain level in the game. You need to write some code to get there. If you wanted to have some tools and everything, you have to write some code to do it. So they were just coding, and then I remember talking to one kid. I was like, "Do you know how to code?" It's like, "No." As I said, we're talking about games, and I was like, "Yeah, I use JavaScript to do this." I said, "Yeah, but that's coding." And I was like, "Nah, I don't think that's coding. I need to learn how to code again." I was like, for them, they don't even consider it coding. So I can imagine that for this kid also, all these things that he's talking about, Control Z and all of that stuff, it's just normal for them. I've heard a lot of kids in their songs talking about 404. 404 is when you try to hit a site and then you have no response. It's 404. So in normal language, 404 means that there's nothing, and that's just like it's just like normal English for them. It's like, so I see that a lot of that also coming through his music. It's just maybe it's a way for him to tell us that he's into that stuff, and then he's just passing it through the message and putting it into all of that. But I like the fact that he's doing that because in contrary to you thinking about it being AI, I think it's actually the most un-AI thing about the music, because AI always tries to do everything perfectly. Right? You give AI a task, it looks at how that domain is done and it does it too perfectly. And what he's actually doing is bringing in some human aspect to it. It's being like, all right, I'm going to make a song and I'm going to name it unusually so that people pay attention to it when they just hear the title. And I think that's a pretty cool thing. I like it.
I think it's very cool too. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
So, guys, how do you guys think that we should round up this show?
Like we always do with music.
Any special song? Or let me hit you guys with the song of the week. My song of the week is Reanime. That's mine. I've already given it out.
Song of the week too.
Reanime by who?
Taiki and Anime.
It's a Taiki song. The Taiki song that I was talking about with the anime kid I was talking about. Yeah, the anime. Yeah, the streamer. So yeah, let's take this one and sign out.
Yeah, we can sign out that song.
It's nice. Sometimes it's nice to keep it short and painless. This kid was a nice one. It's a nice discovery. Thank you guys for bringing that up to the show. I definitely have something to listen to this week. I hope it takes me to a rabbit hole where we discover more of them. I hope that there is more of them like that.
Exactly, more people like that.
It's too bad for him to be alone. He's going to be too lonely if he's alone.
Exactly, because he needs like-minded people. But then I just fear that now Cameroonians will now start copying that style.
It's fine. That's how an ecosystem happens.
Yeah.
Let them copy.
That is what I'm just trying to say.
So let the team fall off.
No, let them copy. You know. Let me give you the example. The example in Nigeria was Arte. You know, when the Arte scene came out, those were the uncool kids. Those were the not cool kids, and that's what this kid is trying to do. He's like the not cool kid, right? He's insane in song that he stays in his room too much. I tell him to go out, he's not going out. He's only making music. He's making music because he's depressed. All of that stuff. Is the uncool kid, and I hope that it helps him to tap. He attracts all the other uncool kids that have been thinking that, well, I've been doing music. I'm an introvert. I hide in my room, and nobody cares about me, or I'm not gonna make it if I don't go and do all those social media things. And that they all come up with a whole thing that learns how to. That helps people to identify talents and to tap into talent, because everyone is seeing him and people know that this is not the artist, but this kid is talented and we love him from the talents. And I think that's a whole different lens that he's bringing out. I want that more people should do that. More people should come out of that box, right? I feel like it's coming out in a sense, and people embracing it is hopefully encouraging more other kids that are so talented and amazing in the same way to come out, right? And not to all feel that you have to be cool to be an artist.
No, my own point that I was trying to make is that they will copy it verbatim, right? Rather than thinking that, you know what, I can do a different sound that is not the Cameroonian sound. And people would like it, because like, look at this kid, right? We've been talking about like, do something different. But when people like, Moses Gasha, when Gasha came out, one of her interviews that I watched, she said one of the complaints that they had was that she did not sound Cameroonian enough. And that was a problem that Cameroonians had. But I want people to learn to go back to that and, you know, say that, you know what, I need a distinguished sound that is different and unique to me, but do not go and copy, because when you copy, I mean, you could blow up, but you are still not the original. But try to come up with something that's different that people will be blown. That's what I'm saying. Open your minds.
Look, this is what I'll say, and I'll make it short because I'm eager to get to this song. Imitation is the biggest form of flattery. So let them copy however they're copying. If they're copying the same way that he's doing, them copy. But the thing is, the more they copy, the more the ecosystem is going to be alive. And then out of that consistently copying, somebody's going to deviate and do something different.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They will copy, then they will compete. Because when they copy, then there are too many. Then now they have to be better than the other. And by trying to be better, we get better products. So we want that.
Yep.
Okay. If you guys say so.
I'm gonna have to pause a little bit, and I'm just gonna say I love the way Tyke does his Cameroonianism in the songs. I just love the way he does it. He does it in a way that he does it in a way that people are just, and this is what I'm saying about how to make, and this is what Nigerians did, right? This is what Tyke is doing, is what Nigerians did. Nigerians made speaking pidgin to be cool. They made the Nigerian accent cool. I mean, Ranas is like killing it at work, and then his colleagues come to him and they're like, man, I think it's maybe because of your Nigerian accent. I think I'll have to go and learn your Nigerian accent to be able to do as good as you're doing at work. And I was like going, well, all right. So now being African or sounding African has become Nigerian, right? But anyways, that's what this guy is doing. He's just like, he's not throwing the Cameroonian so much in your face that it's a bit irritating. Actually, just making it so much that, wow, when you just hear, when you think about this song, I just think about exactly what Anyang just did. I'm just thinking about, and then any other person that's going to hear you see this is going to just sound so cool. So cool that no one's even going to feel like, oh, it was an African stuff. So man, I just like it so much.
Especially if it comes to a party and then everybody now shouts not that like
that. Awesome. For me, it comes down to he's enjoying being Cameroonian, and some people are going to enjoy it through him.
Yes, that's the point that I've always made. Enjoy being who you are, and then people will enjoy it, and they enjoy it. Like, he's just having fun. At this point, what I've noticed about him is like he's just going around having the blast.
He's having fun now. He has nothing to lose. He has already won everything that he could win. He has done everything that he could win. So you guys come and take what you want to take. And then the funny thing is, I just feel like he's doing the best of his music at this moment. And it's funny, like every other thing that he did was good and it was so professional. And you saw he worked so much. And now it's just like, where I work, I no work, I no care. But it's in the inside blood. It just come out, so comes, so mess, so it's done. That's just what's going on now. It's just like, it's coming out. It did plenty. So guys, you guys got it. That's it. Go ahead and enjoy being Cameroonian. We're going to leave you guys with this one.
Okay.
Tout ça pour rien, nous on a fait tout ça pour rien. Ma chérie, tu m'as dit que tu m'aimais seulement jusqu'à demain. Elle a dit pourtant qui je peux tailler. Elle a juré, wallahi. Cette sorcière, elle trouvera toujours les mots pour me manipuler.